Developing a game is an epic journey of heroic triumph and tragic failure. So, dear internet wanderer, allow me to tell you the tale of how I fought monstrous bugs, clashed with Godot itself, and how I was tragically betrayed by, unknown to me at the time, myself. Well, here I am with another video about creating this mess of a video game, armed with a new microphone, better video quality, and perhaps even better editing. So strap yourself in and let's kickstart this wild ride. Last time I ended by composing the music. It was all mysterious and enchanting and cool and yeah. After listening to it again and again and again during playtesting, you could say I became disillusioned with the music. I don't think it's bad by any means. I still think it's relatively good music, at least to the rest of my music. But I think that something more energetic and exciting would make the game more interesting and fun to play. I call it Deep Blue Frenzy, which you can, of course, hear in the background of this video. If you want to hear it in its full glory, feel free to visit my second channel, where I dumped it alongside all my older compositions. In my own humble opinion, it is so far the best music I have composed. But that's just my opinion, which is of course heavily biased and flawed, because I'm the author. So feel free to tell me if it sucks and makes your ears bleed. I would still love it though. Unfortunately, there was a big problem waiting for me. While I was too busy creating the game, I wasn't paying attention. Too naive and complacent. Too consumed with developing the game, drawing the artworks, composing the music. Too blind to notice how the dark force of evil was growing, festering in the shadows of my code, right underneath my gaze, patiently waiting for its chance to strike. Alas, while I wasn't looking, my game got corrupted with the most malicious and diabolical demon every software developer fears. Bugs. Yep. I was on a developing spree and kinda forgot to fix bugs. So now my game is infested and I will have to become an insect exterminator for some time. My game isn't in such a bad state, but I do have some nasty little bugs living rent-free in my code. Like this one, where if I shoot the head of the iBet, the game just crashes. Specifically the head, by the way. The rest works okay for some reason. I have absolutely no idea why this is happening, but I still somehow managed to fix it. By accident. Do you want to know where the error was? In the crystal. Not in the enemy or the bullet, but in the fucking crystal. Yes, somewhere completely unrelated. That's exactly why bugs are hard to fix. Another one was a little more difficult to squash, as in a big dramatic plot twist it turned out it wasn't really a bug. I worked on particles that would occur whenever you shoot or take damage, but there was a big problem. Can you spot it? It's delayed, and it just felt off. I tried adjusting the particles and even my own code, but nothing. No matter what I did, it did not help. It clearly wasn't a bug in my code, and I feared that it could be a bug in Godot itself, which would force me to wait for the devs to fix it. Hey you, psst, yes, you. I know I can edit Godot's code myself, but unless I wanted to sabotage it, I don't think I could do much. Now, to better understand my position, I think I need to explain a little bit of my backstory to you.
You see, in my younger years as a developer, I used to develop games in Unity for about 4 years. But then, a few months ago, I switched to Godot. And this is actually my first major project using it. That's right.
I am a noob. Shocking, right? Thanks to my past experience, it was a breeze acclimating to Godot, but I still don't know a massive amount of features. I basically went with the strategy that I would just try to make stuff, and if I have a problem where I don't know what to do, I would just look it up online, which was almost always. This worked perfectly up until now, but when I tried googling the problem of delayed particles, nothing. Absolutely no solutions. Not even the ones from 10 years ago. This was the worst case scenario. The absolutely worst nightmare of any software developer. I was lost in utter despair and anguish. What could I possibly do? Okay. With my back against the wall and no choice left, I will have to go on some god-forgotten forum and ask the question myself. I didn't even know if Godot has some question forum like Unity, but thankfully it does. It took me embarrassingly long to find where to pose the question, but then I found it and... Oh, come on! Seriously? Fuck you. Okay, so I created my account and I even got 10 points for it. Neat. Now I was finally ready to ask the question. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, so I confirmed my email and yes, I can finally ask the fucking question. After finally unlocking the elusive ability to post questions, I screamed into that dark abyss and waited if the abyss screamed back. I waited the first day, nothing. The second day, maybe, still nothing. But then, just when I was finally losing all hope to ever finish my game, a divine light has ascended from the abyss. Inesis, the angelic protector of Godot's secrets, heard my heartfelt plea and decided to salvage what was once lost. He then proceeded to distill the divine knowledge about the source of all my ailments. The sole reason behind everything wrong in my life. Perhaps even the reason behind all the wars and suffering in the world. Was not checking one fucking box in the settings. Yes, I lost so much time, and the solution was adding few numbers to this one fucking setting in the particles. Well, that was a journey in and of itself, wasn't it? Anyways, now all my particles work flawlessly. For the most part. Excellent. After the glorious triumph with particles, I decided to slightly speed up the animation of the eye bed to add that little extra energy. It's a tiny difference that can have a big effect, but because it's a tiny difference, I honestly don't know if it's better. Well, what do you think? Which one do you prefer? You can answer me in the comments if you want, I'll be reading them. Next I was faced with an interesting design dilemma. You see, while playtesting I found out that having many enemies swarm you and basically spam kill you makes for a quick and very unfun experience. I thought about how I could fix it, and I ended up adding a shockwave which occurs whenever the crystal takes damage and pushes all nearby enemies away. I hope this will solve the issue, but I might add further mechanics down the line if it proves to still cause problems. Then I wanted to make particles that would make it feel like an actual shockwave. I had quite a few misfires during it. First, I made the particles A little too small. Next I used an reverse card and went the opposite way, ending up completely obliterating my eyes with this monstrosity. Sorry if I just obliterated your eyes. Finally I ended up with this one, with which I am satisfied. Then I decided I could make a neat particle effect. For when you die. And not you, I mean in the game, the crystal. Although it would be epic if we got particle effects when we die. Like some fucked up piñata. Like, woo, confetti, yay! Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways, I think that once I add some camera shake and sound effects, perhaps even zoom, it will be, yeah, a really cool effect. After meddling with all the particles, I got a little bit hungry. Hungry for some drawing! I thought I could draw a title screen, and so I did, except I kinda underestimated how long it would take. So much so that I have to postpone finishing the anime I was currently working on, so yeah, that will have to wait. Plus I am more focused right now at making the game actually playable, rather than adding more enemies. I actually got so hyped, I drew the title screen a little too intensely, ending up injuring my wrist within the first few hours. Basically shooting myself in the knee with a fucking shotgun. Fantastic! Now I won't be able to draw for several days. Fuck yeah! Woo! After some much needed cooldown, I finished it and turned it into this half-assed main menu in game, which is still a work in progress, because of course it is. So you'll have to wait until the next video to see the finished result, so fuck you! Please don't click away, please, I'm so sorry, please, no! Remember when I told you I was pretty much a Godot noob? Well, what if I told you that it was only at this point in development that I discovered Godot has a full screen setting? That is absolutely insane, right? I was amazed too! I mean, what more do I need from a game engine? Screw Unreal and its super realistic graphics! Fuck Unity and its massive community! Godot has full screen! And that's all I need. And it's all you need. Join Godot. Be whole. Oh fuck, I guess I finally got Godotitis. The illness that you get from switching to Godot that makes you brag about how good it is and forces you to convert everyone else to the only real game engine. Well, what can I do, I guess? I just hoped that the symptoms would arrive later, you know. With that revelation out of the way, I decided to make a health bar to visualize the player's health and... Wait! Did I ever tell you I made fully functional health and damage system for both the crystal and the enemies? I didn't. One would guess, since that is quite an important part of the game, I would showcase it, but one would be wrong. Oh well, now you know. Anyways, now I have a health bar, so yeah, that's that. I'll probably add some crystal heart or something to make it fit more with the game's aesthetic, but right now I'm a little too busy drawing that title screen with my injured wrist. Later I realized that there is no way to quit the game. Like none. Absolutely none. I always had to use the task manager to close it. The fucking task manager. So I went and implemented the ability to quit. The thing is, I really don't like quitting games through some complex menus, and I always loved how our Lord and Savior Toby Fox does it in his games. You just hold the escape button for a few seconds, and it's done. You quit the game. So I made it like this. but I tried to make it more interesting. The last thing I implemented was the ability to pause. I thought I could also use the pause HUD as a tutorial, because the game starts paused. Oh, I found this neat font online and used it for the text, also the one in quitting screen, to make it more interesting and more fitting for the game. Sadly, yes, that's all I have done for now, but wait, that's not the end. I have one last thing I would like to share. You see, this is my first game where I used sprites I drew myself, and I just got really excited with it. What ended up happening is that I drew sprites and composed music all before I even made the basic prototype of the game, which is a fact I made fun of in the last video. This is the reason why I am now trying to focus on actually making the game playable. The point is that I have no guarantee the game will be a good game once it is finished, since I have no idea if the core mechanics are actually fun, as I don't really have any. Plus, I accidentally made the game really simple. Don't get me wrong, I wanted to make simple games to improve my skills as fast as possible in the shortest time span. But I am afraid this one is too simple, and it will only amount to few minutes of interesting gameplay at best. But don't worry, I am definitely not going to stop. I am going to finish it no matter what, even if it will be terrible. And I will learn from it, so my next game will be much better. Also, I hope that I will only release like 1 or maybe 2 more videos on this game, because I really don't want to make 10 more videos about this tiny game. Expect me to release the next one in about a month, but no guarantees, since I'm a student and I don't really have much free time. Alright, hope to see you then, but no pressure. Okay, thanks for watching the video. Have a nice day every day, and bye. Last time? What? And so I once again kicked open Reaper and so I once again Bugs are ya. Fuck. No. Specifically the I worked on particle bursts that would occur. I worked on.
You see, in my younger years as a
YouTuber? Thanks to my past experience, it was a breeze eliminating, such a beautiful word, isn't it? Eliminating. I do love eliminating. Thanks to my past experience, it was easy to acclimate to Godot. Anyways, now all my particles are flawlessly working. To add that, it's a tiny difference, but it can have a big effect. But because it's a tiny difference.